Good evening. Okay, it's working. Right. I'm really scared because may stay put because of the fact that it's really raining badly in Sri Lanka. So I really don't want to jinx the connection. So I'm praying that I go through with this. So today's show is made possible by my friends at Vita White. Thank you so very much. You guys are the ones who make this possible. Thank you so very much for being on the show. Vita White gives you great skin, and also you can see results every single day when you use it. And the best part is it comes in this beautiful box, and I really love the packaging and also how they look inside. All right, so today I'm going to be speaking to someone who is absolutely interested. I fell in love with her and I was like, oh my God, I need to have her in my life. And I'm happy to say I think I do have her in my life. So this time around, the live is all the way from the US to Sri Lanka.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Just coming off, I'm gonna freak out.
Cynthia Victor. Have I got everything right?
Cynthia Victor.
I don't know why I call
you call me Sylvia. I know
I'm
bigger, but why Sylvia?
You know the funniest part? I kept it in my mind. Don't call her Sylvia. And I called her.
That's
Cynthia.
probably why the name came up like this.
I know. But welcome. You look fabulous. I'm telling you, that face of yours is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
right.
I don't even need to tell you because you're just like, I know I look good. So that's that.
But I will say she was my first TikTok crush. I was like, oh my God, I love this girl.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, I love this girl. Where is she? Is she from here? But when she was talking, Tamil chumma hello appadi irukringa.
I was like, I'm not gonna bring out my pakka Tamil today, but avangala kadaka thodanginano.
So I was like, oh my God, so she's one of me. And then I reached out to her on TikTok, and then I reached out to her on Instagram, and I also followed it up by saying, please be aware, I'm not a stalker and I'm not a creep who is trying to get into your pants or something like that. I'm just a nice guy trying to reach out to you.
Like the caution. It's like, you know how when you get something, it's a caution beware. That he basically sent me that, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm not trying to hit on you. Please don't think I'm weird. Or like the perfect message to make me be like, maybe he is weird, you know?
I know. But you know, fate brought her to Sri Lanka because her sister was getting married. We got a chance to meet up in person. I had her on my show. She was absolute treat. I've told her so much about her to my sister. I think if we speak a little bit more, we might be related. You never know.
Yes.
And more than all of that, she's currently the face of Louis London, which is a brand that works from Sri Lanka, but it's a foreign brand. I love Radhika and I love the work she does. And I can't believe it that it all aligned to you being the new face of it, and you look stunning in those pictures.
Oh,
well done. Well done.
Thank you. I'm so sad that this time I didn't get like opportunity to see more people in Sri Lanka, but like the little time I got to go outside or meet people, it was amazing. And it's also my first time spending time in Colombo. Like I've told you before, we always just go straight to Jaffna. So to be able to see a whole nother world, a whole nother industry, I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe it. Like I could like I used to think like I'm never gonna live in Sri Lanka. Like what am I gonna do? I like the influencer life, and now I'm like, but it's amazing over there. Like I get to have the good food, live in the weather, and be in the center of like all this influencing and beauty and fashion, because I used to think that wasn't even possible there.
I can't wait to have you here during our Colombo Fashion Week. You'll love it. So hopefully one of your trips could be during that time. So let's break it down. So she is in the US. She's a little shorty.
That's right. When he found out in person, he's like, oh, okay.
I was like, where are you? Oh, there you are.
A lot of people too, all the time, they're telling me, they're like, I guess because I do the videos just sitting down, they expect me to have more leg. And then they see me in person, they're like, what happened?
But then I started paying close attention to your fingers, and I was like, oh, she is a shorty.
Oh, you're smart. Normally I always have like the big long nails, so it looks like it's one big hand. But whenever I had the smart, like you could tell my little baby hands. Like I'm not going anywhere higher than 5 feet.
Yeah, that I got. Anyway, so let's break it down. So she's in the US. She's studying at this very moment. She comes from a Jaffna Tamil family who migrated to Canada, then moved to the US. She's definitely making big waves when it comes to looking gorge. So you are a makeup artist who is self-taught, correct?
Yes, I am. I
Wow.
feel like most people in like that 2010 year age gap too, YouTube was a big thing, you know? What even now, I feel like some people are going back to like TikTok or whatever, but if you didn't know anything, you went straight to YouTube. How to change car oil, how to do this, how to get out of this. YouTube was what I was watching all the time. I would leave school, come home, watch YouTube vlogs of like 8 different people and be like, wow, that's so amazing. Then go to watching makeup videos. And they would, like, I've never had the makeup, but I would just watch them do it. So I could be like, okay, so this is what you have to do. Just learning the steps on how to do that certain look or certain like blending technique.
And look at where you are today. You also embrace your skin color. You embrace everything about you. Tell me about how it is. How is it accepted in the US? Our skin tone or a darker tone?
I feel like even our skin tone, there is a lot of love for it. People will always come up to you for like being tan. And especially it's so weird when you're coming from like a brown family, because brown people are still hated, right? Brown people are like,
Yeah.
so they'll always call you like, oh, these,
From the guy.
there you go.
Yeah.
Karupi, they start singing, and then
Yeah.
all this other stuff, and it's just like so unnecessary, right? And so the people in the brown community still hate it, but like younger kids, they're like, yes, brown is beautiful and trying to accept it. When you go out to America, the streets of America, they always come up to you and they're like, you're tan, your skin is so gorgeous, you're like, you look beautiful. And then I feel like there's that line of like, after you get to deeper, darker skin tone, like if you're darker than me, I don't even consider myself like dark skin, but in the brown community, I'm black, right? But if you like, they just won't accept that people are darker than me.
Yeah.
But if you are darker, like really deep skin, there is that fine line of like 10 people who are like, oh my God, you're beautiful. Not 10, but then there's other people who are like, oh no, that's just too dark. It's just hard for them to accept it.
That's amazing. And because the problem is, I think we coming from Sri Lanka or coming from this kind of community, we always believe giving skin color this huge importance when we are born. There's always that's
even
a
just
part of
skin color. It goes to like appearance, right? People
Yeah.
we're so like taught up like you have to be skinny, have to have long hair, you have to be like white, and it's just like, why? Who are we trying to look like? Jesus? Like, what's the point? Like, who is the ideal figure that we're always trying to look like? And I'm so confused. And even if it was like, oh, you're gonna die, lose some weight, I could be like understanding. They're like, no, if you lose skinny, you could wear this and you could look better, you get married easier. And I'm like, now I'm never losing weight.
Those reasons are not good enough because
Oh, no.
because the problem is you have become like, I saw you and I was like, oh my God, I really like this girl over your positive vibe, your attitude. How was it when you started off? Do you think were there haters?
Oh yes, I feel like no matter what you do, there's always gonna be haters. First few ones, it made me sad because it was like starting and everybody would be like, oh, nice, nice. And the one would be like, why are you doing this? Get off the internet. You look so ugly. You think that you're that pretty. And I'd be like, oh, maybe I should stop. Then it would start again. But then I was like, Cynthia, you got like 10 comments. 9 of them were good. Why are you giving this one person so much attention? Started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And again, it goes back to who's ever commenting is super insecure. It's always some weird man, like some weird man living in like the Middle East. So I'm just like, I don't have enough time of day to give to this person. So I'm just going to spend more time thanking the people who are being nice to me. And then it does not affect me at all. I always try to go in, and now I'm always like, thank you, you're the best, and comment back. And then because it's like, if you can't affect me, I think that makes them like angrier. So I love playing like fun with it now.
So it's a Friday morning in the US right now. Do you think your household is up?
Oh yes, they're all up. They're at work. I'm by myself. See, I'm the like loser who wakes up like after 3 o'clock and I'm like, what's happening? And they are early risers. My parents both wake up at 2 a.m. and they go to work. Yes.
At 2 a.m.?
Yes. They go to work and they are hustling. And my sister and my brother-in-law, they live somewhere else. They live in Texas. So I'm like the only child now, the best life ever.
No, what is really funny is the fact that because why we got late to come on the show, because I knew Princess was asleep. I was like, this girl, I need to
Let
get
me
through to
tell
her.
you. So Fridays, I don't have any class, right? And I'm like, this is gonna be great. I want to book it. And like, also when I was in Sri Lanka, but coming back, I started waking up really early. We obviously jet lag,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I always tell myself every trip from Sri Lanka, I'm like, I'm gonna continue waking up at 5 a.m. so I can be one of those like, oh, I wake up at 5 a.m. I do yoga people, but it's like every other day I miss. So last night I was like. I started watching Netflix. I started binging it because I'm like, this is my time. Have you watched
Yeah.
Squid Games? And everybody in the world is watching it. So I was
Why?
like,
Why? I really want to watch it. Is it that good? Today is my
that's what I'm
day.
trying to figure out because I got to a
Oh,
few episodes and I'm like, is that good? Because I felt like everything became it. And I was like, I need to be relevant to speak about it or even to
yeah.
understand certain memes. So I'm starting to watch it and I didn't realize like going to sleep, I went to sleep at like 4 a.m. So I put my
Oh.
alarm at the highest ringtone, but I guess my sleep was just so strong this morning. It was like right past.
Then I tried calling her on the normal line and I was like, please wake up.
I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, it would have been going straight around like 3, 4 p.m. I would have wake up like, what did I miss today?
Oh, you missed a day in Sri Lanka. That's about it.
Basically.
That's what it would have been. Okay, so now that you are, I know you're studying, but with all what you have gained as experience, your connections in terms of this beauty and world of fabulous, what do you hope to do?
Be happy and be rich. um, if I put it down to that, right? If I
Put the
get a
second one in
9 to
first. I'm coming.
5,
Yeah.
it's I've always wanted a 9 to 5 job. I feel like I want to talk about it and be like, I have coworkers and we went to happy hour and I clocked in. I feel like I lived in America my whole life and that's like the ideal dream. And then I
Yeah.
can always come back to being an influencer because I love it. Or I don't
Yeah.
even like influencer, right? Because then I just sound like I'm full of myself. Being a content creator because I work for myself, I have so much fun, and I feel like I have more of an impact on the world. Yes, I do beauty and I throw lashes on, but it's more than that. Like I get to have one-on-one conversations with so many different people from all around the world that I would have never had on like a normal everyday basis. Or even to be able to teach someone how to do makeup. It's like if they go on, their legacy is now like I got to taught them. I got to start their legacy of doing makeup. So that's I think that I question that you asked.
Yeah, that's great. I have to tell you, I was inspired by your teeth. You have very pretty teeth.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. I never brush.
so I was like, why is my teeth so not nice? So I got them done today.
Oh, look at them bling bling. Oh my God, I need to put the sunglasses on.
I got them done today because I wanted to look pretty for the live.
Oh, you always do.
Oh, thanks.
Also, I
Thanks.
need to tell you, I don't even know. I guess now's the time to tell you. Let me tell you how I came back to America and everybody thought I was like engaged because they're like, this is the man, like what happened to the man that you said you're in love with? Like you said you're going to get married. So many people after that, congratulations, congratulations. And I'm like, I know they did not listen correctly to that message, but I was just like, I'm not even going to explain. I was like, let half of these people think I'm married. It's like, thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to live a blessed life, right? I come back to America. My friends and family are like, Cynthia, like, tell us about the guy. Like, you met someone. And I'm like, okay, you know.
But I'm telling you, as a Tamil family, your family would have been, Avan Tamil, Avan Yalpana Tamil. It's the same for me. They're like, a miracle has happened.
Right,
All
right.
what we
Like,
needed,
how did you find that person?
all we needed was Cynthia to come down.
Mm-hmm.
And everything changed about him. So now, I'm sure a lot of people reach out to you in terms of people who are feeling down, broken. What do you tell them? Like, not everyone has the willpower to stay positive and not let people's comments break them or people's mindset break them. Tell me how.
So this is honestly one of the hardest things too. Sometimes it's very repetitive and things I say, like I go on my story and be like, have a great day, good morning. There's a lot to talk about. So if someone comes up to me and asks me like, oh, I want to post, but I don't know where to go. I'm really sad in my life, whether they're dealing with depression or whatnot. I would talk to them. I'll be very realistic. And sometimes I'm more like serious and mean if I like, cause I'll like say the straight facts. Like, if you want to start your career, start it now. There should be nothing stopping you. Like, you speaking to me is this first step, but you need to start doing it. You need to put action toward it. And another thing is, I do 100% like praise and practicing in gratitude. It'll make such a big difference in your life if you start to say thank you for everything you have, whether it's small things, big things. You'll see the change. If you have something to complain about, you'll continue to have something to complain about. But if you start to say thank you and have gratitude, things will just pour into your life, and I 100% believe in that.
That's amazing. It's very important to have a lifestyle like that. That's positive every day. Coming from a mom and dad, when I saw your sister, she bakes for her hobby as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she seems to be the grounded person. Like, it's just like our household. Like, the one who is practical is my sister, and the one who is a bit vain, not a bit, really vain is me. Like, I want 10 shades of brown as my shoes because I feel like you never know what shade you might need.
Exactly.
How do your parents understand you? This you?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes they don't, and they just leave it. There's like that middle gray space where they're confused. Like, my dad is the funniest thing to me because my mom, most of it she knows the idea on social media. Both of them had made Instagrams, and now they're more like they're using it often because they're trying to see me and like what I do and understand it. So they understand I get PR. I put like, they're just like, oh, it's advertisement. You get the makeup product, you put it on, you do this. But then sometimes I like, they never open my door and come in, or unless they're like, do you want food? Do you want tea? But I talk to myself all the time, right? Like, before even this. So sometimes I go on live, or when I'm teaching, like, I'm like, hello, this and that. They're just like, we're just going to let her be in her own world. Because, like, why go in between that conversation? Because they just don't get that. And then if I go out anywhere, like if I have an event, they don't ask too many questions. Because I feel like if they ask more questions, they'll be more confused. They just know, okay, event, come back home. You do a makeup tutorial, come eat. Like, that's like their main concerns. You go to school, come back. Like, and then after
just
that,
come
I go
back.
around that. Yes, the come back part, right? It's like, come back, go to sleep.
I so understand.
I think if they got too deep into it, they'll just be like, what is happening? Like, what is going on?
Why is this
weird.
girl talking to herself?
Exactly. Because like, for me, or like right now, it looks amazing, right? Like, you're on here, people are on here, they're joining. But in reality, I'm sitting in my room screaming at a phone, you know? Like,
I'm sure that's how they say it. They're like, "Yo, what a waste. We have given birth to this girl and she's just talking to herself." I can so relate to you. I had my imaginary friends when I was growing up. Now when I want to talk, I just go live and I just talk, and I feel like some listening to me.
Yeah, I'm a talker through things. I'll be like, okay, let's do this right now. We're gonna put this away, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do this. Like, it's a team effort between me and me. So like, being able to be like, this is the steps that we're gonna follow. I'm like, okay, this is how I go.
All right. So you spent most of your time in Jaffna, and I was very saddened about it because I didn't get my second date with you. The dress that I got for you was never given to you. Now I've given it away to somebody else. I re-gifted the gift.
They don't need to know.
But it was beautiful. I really wish you saw it. But anyway, how was Jaffna? You really went local. You became a real Tamil girl. You went on the bicycle.
Yes. I hate the idea of like going there and being like, I'm from America, like, roll out the red carpet. Like, I'm here to live in the same ways that my parents have lived. I remember the first few times we went, and then like, anything. I think me and my sister are also very adaptable to certain things too. We're not like ignorant or gonna be rude. Like, that's a lot of people's like lifestyle, right? Whether they like I was gonna say kunar, but the well. There you go. So they use the well every single day to take a shower or drinking water. Like, I went I think 3 times the whole trip when I went to actually go to the well and take a shower. But there would be a lady who would be like, oh, you're here, so I'm gonna wait. But she would wait because she would have to like, after my shower, she would have to go and get her water. Like, she was consistently using that well since the first time I ever been to Sri Lanka to like also before then, right? So it's actually the way they practice. It's not like, okay, let's do it like the ancient people. It's like, no, people still there living there doing this. Every time I get on a bike, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna lose some weight, and I get there to the location faster. It's so fun too. And I think, I don't know if my science is wrong. Like, I have a bike here, but I feel like everything is just hills in America. Like, you're either going up or you're going down. But Sri Lanka is just like flat, or like Jaffna side, so it's easier to go back and forth and like get speed on there. And just having friends locally, so I can come back. Like, it's always the idea of like, okay, when I come back, how do I want to spend my time here? I want to hang out with them. So the friend group I had too, like the first time I went there, they were like little babies, and now they're growing up, and now they're like older men. And I know the next time I'd be there, they'll probably be like fathers, like, you know, like the people are just growing. And it's good to have that like really like tight community. So I have to go local, or else I just feel like I'm not one with the place.
No, that's amazing. I really loved your Jaffna journey, and I'm so happy. Not beyond the language that we both speak. I think what I'm really proud about is the fact that you embraced who you are, and especially for those who are watching, I come from an industry that is so pretentious, and I try to be as authentic and real as I can every single day. Like, sometimes, like today, my hair is not done, and it's not done. I just don't have time for it, and the weather is really bad. I'm not going to drive to a salon to get a hair done. So I like to be who I am. I'm a mess. My room is a mess. I am like, we are all humans. And I love that about you. You showed the real self.
Yes.
Even though your pictures look phenomenal, I see who you are. And I'm so happy I connected with you. I was so happy that I was able to share your story to at least a part of Sri Lanka and to the world.
I was so grateful for the opportunity, and the fact that I can come back here, I rewatching it on YouTube and like telling people like, yes, I was in Sri Lanka, I did an interview, look at that, look at this. Like, that was not a thing that I thought I was gonna do at all. Like, going there, I didn't even have the idea of like, I want to meet people, I'm gonna do this and network. I was just like, nothing is possible right now in this time, or nobody wants to work with me, nobody knows me in Sri Lanka, right? Like, I do makeup in America. But the fact that you found me and then we were able to do that, and like the connections I got from that itself, I'm like forever grateful.
Oh no, I will tell you something quick before we wrap up. I got a call today from a Canadian lady who is 75 years old. She's a fan of mine, and she's got my phone number, and she called me and she said she loves all of these things. And she said, I'm going to say it in Tamil for those who are Tamils, I'm sure you'll understand. என்ன நீரோட அந்த யூஎஸ்ல இருந்த ஒரு தமிழ் கேர்ளோட காய்ச்சல் இல்ல. I was like, yes. அவள் என்ன தமிழ் அவள் பார்த்தா தமிழ் மாதிரி இல்ல. So I said, she is Tamil. I said she's very much Tamil. So it was so funny, and I love the fact that she's 75 and she lives in Canada, and she was able to see you. And I said, that's amazing, and it's great. It's great that we can do that, and that's the whole point of this job. None of these belongs to me. It's my job is to do this. Thank you so very much. Continue what you're doing. Follow on TikTok if you want to be inspired in life and want to look gorgeous, or want to know how to put those lashes on. Yeah. And I'm telling you, for somebody who got that makeup done in like literally 9 minutes, you look gorge.
The first 2 minutes was me rolling out of bed.
It was like, oh, wake up, you're alive.
Basically, what went down.
Anyway, thank you so very much. Give my love to your whole family, and I wish you all the very best. Thanks for all your positivity and lots of love.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so that's you could also watch this show on YouTube. It will be released for you to take a look at it. Okay, you can go. Okay, she went. You can watch it on YouTube so that you will not miss out on all the good stuff. And also, before we wrap things up, I really don't know why it's loading at the bottom there. I hope y'all can still watch me. I would like to say a big thank you to Vita White for joining me on the show. These guys are the ones who make it possible. More details on Vita White will be tagged with a commercial, so do take a look at it. Until I see you soon with another cool episode to Danu is on the show because she won't be able to understand. I shall see you. Till then, you be safe and be aware of everything that's happening around you.
දිනපතා රාත්‍රී නිින්දට පෙර හොඳින් සෝදා පිරිසිදු කරගත් මුහුණට විටා වයිට් සීරමය මෘදුව ආලේප කරන්න. පසුදා උදෑසන මුහුණ හොඳින් සෝදා හරින්න. පැහැපත් පැහැදිලි නිකෙලෙල් දිදුලන සමක් ලබා දෙන සීරම් නාමය විටා